In the summer of 2007, Lee University business professor Hermilo Jasso accompanied 30 students to China as part of a cultural exchange program. And a few days after he arrived, Jasso began experiencing unbearable abdominal pain. He says, "Originally, I felt like my stomach was upset, like there was something wrong with my stomach, but I didn't know what it was. As the day progressed, it became more painful," Hermilo said, "and it got to the point where I was concerned. So I asked one of the professors, I need to go to the emergency room. So at that point, they took me to the hospital. Now, the first doctor thought it was merely a digestive upset and sent Hermilo back to his hotel with some laxatives. And later that night, the pain returned. He says, I had such pain that I was not even able to walk. I had cramps in my stomach and my legs. So we called the emergency room, and an ambulance came and picked me up. It was kind of funny because the ambulance was actually a motorcycle with 3 wheels. So they put me in the back of the motorcycle, and they took me to the SIAS University Health Clinic. The doctor ran several tests, but he didn't tell Hermilo that his appendix had ruptured and that poisons were already coursing through his body. This doctor came to me and said, I can only say one thing. I'm going to give you some advice. And the advice is to make peace with your family. And I was not able to understand the translation, Hermilo said. So I said, what do you mean, make peace with your family? And he said, yes, you are going to die. I really didn't believe what they were saying, Hermilo said. I thought this doctor just didn't know what he was doing or what he was talking about. And the doctor said, there's nothing I can do because my medical personnel are not here. It's already 10 p.m. They are already gone for the night, and there's nothing I can do. Now, if you want to, I can give you some pain medication to put you to sleep. And Hermilo said, what do you mean, put me to sleep? And Hermilo and the doctor said, I can give you some sleeping pills, so that way, when you die, you won't feel it. The Lee University students that were in China began praying for their professor. Meanwhile, the Jassos asked the doctor if there were any other hospitals in the area. And at that point, the doctor said, there is a medical university here. Some of the medical students or somebody there will be able to help you. So Hermilo's wife and son transported him to the Zhengzhou University Hospital. And there the doctors again told the family to prepare for the worst. Hermilo says, I went into convulsions and I literally felt my stomach growing. And at that point, I was thinking it would be better to die. I was not afraid of dying, but it was not something that I wanted to do. Jessica Jasso stayed at her husband's side while their friends continued to pray. Then an amazing thing happened. 4 hours later, a doctor showed up. And Hermilo says, to my surprise, this doctor, for the first time, actually speaks to me in English. And he said, hello, my name is Professor Liu, and I am professor of internal medicine here at the university. Dr. Liu immediately operated on Hermilo. And after the operation, Dr. Liu visited him in his room. And the conversation went something like this. Dr. Liu said, who are you? And Hermilo said, why do you ask me this? And Dr. Liu said, do you know who I am? And Hermilo said, no, I don't know who you are. Dr. Liu said, I am the best doctor in China. I'm so good, as a matter of fact, that when President Clinton came here, they assigned me as his personal doctor in case something were to happen to him. Dr. Liu then told Professor Jasso of a mysterious encounter he had had with 2 strangers earlier that day. He said, 2 people came to my office and they told me that I had to take care of Jasso, Hermilo said. Hermilo tried to tell Dr. Liu that he didn't know anybody in China, that he'd just been there for 7 days. But Dr. Liu said, well, 2 men just came to my office just 30 minutes ago, and they told me that I have to take care of you because you are a very important person. And Hermilo says, when he told me that, I realized that there was something bigger going on, that probably God was involved in that situation. And the doctor stayed with me for 15 days, and he never saw those men again. Dr. Lou explained to Hermilo why he had not died from the infection. He told me, "I've never in my life seen this," he said. "I saw your lower intestine actually wrapping around your appendix to stop the fluid from coming into your abdomen." He said, "It was very hard for me to take out that knot." And given that he had operated on thousands of patients in the past, in a period of about 20 years, he said that he had never seen this in his entire life. Hermilo said this was a miracle in itself, to know that that normally doesn't happen, but it happened. Then Hermilo got a surprise call from his father, who was a pastor in North Carolina. And he said, "An hour ago, I was in the service and I was ready to preach, and something came over me and I told the congregation, 'I'm sorry, I cannot preach. Let's all get together and kneel down. I need to pray for my son. There is something wrong with my son. I don't know what is wrong with my son, but we need to pray for my son.'" It was interesting. Here was my father in the United States, 7,000 miles away, in a different time zone. And he was specifically praying with the whole church at the moment I went into surgery. During the 2 weeks that Hermilo was there, he shared his faith with his physician and with a number of patients at the hospital. And he says, "I started going to all the rooms where the Chinese people were. And I always asked them, 'Would you allow me to pray to God with you?' And they were surprised that this foreigner would come and pray with them." And he says, "To my surprise, all of them said yes." Hermilo continues, "I believe because this situation happened in China, that it did plant a lot of seeds for people in sharing the gospel, and to be able to share our experience with them and tell them what we believe was someone higher than us that helped us to get through at that point." And Hermilo told Dr. Lou, "I don't know if you know this, but I believe in God." And Dr. Lou responded that he didn't believe in God. And Hermilo said, "I do believe in God, and I believe that God actually brought you at the right moment for you to do this surgery." And Dr. Lou said in response, "Well, if that's what you believe, I guess I have to agree with you." God's word says in Psalm 91, verses 9 through 11, "If you say, 'The Lord is my refuge,' and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near your tent, for he will command his angels concerning you, to guard you in all your ways." So remember, angels watch over you. What a comforting thought, and a great word for you today. I want to say thank you to all who worked on the meal for the Tocoi Creek football team this weekend, and also with the Operation Christmas Child Shoebox Starter Saturday at the farmers market. Everyone did a great job, and we couldn't have pulled it off without all of you. And if you're looking for some more items for your OCC shoebox, items that are still remaining are stored in room 106. Completed shoeboxes are needed no later than November the 23rd. Have a great week, and I hope to see you on Friday with another Word for You Today.